Hello everyone and welcome back to Cruel and Unusual Storytime. I am your host, the self-proclaimed story connoisseur, Simon Dexter. Now, I'm really excited for this episode, as this is the first ever viewer-suggested episode. So, a big shout out to Twilight Sparkle Fan 56 for the suggestion. I hope you're pleased, but I'm probably going to be very upset with you once the story is through. Now, suggested stories are going to work out a lot differently than the stories I pick. Because, for one thing, I have not read this story yet. At all. I will be honest, though, this one does ring a slight bell for me. But for the life of me, I can't remember exactly what it was about, so this will be fun. But don't worry, I highly doubt it'll be one of those where I'll turn around and like the story just because I haven't read it yet, as I've had it read for quality, or lack thereof, as it were. I have people for that. I'm just that important. Nah, but seriously, I had a friend read it over for me, and it was made pretty clear it sucks, so I'm tired of dinking around. I've got nothing to say about the story leading in, so let's just read this bitch. So, keep those lights on and play your favorite music to underscore my endless droning. For we're about to not be scared at all by Alex Melee. It was a normal day for Alex. He was surfing the web for some old game systems on eBay, and the cliches begin in the first sentence. I'm sorry. When he saw an ad. It said, free Nintendo GameCube, free shipping with 5 free popular GameCube titles. Just click here. I really wish he had used free once. He clicked the ad and typed in the information they told him to provide. Good, very good. After he confirmed everything, a text popped up saying, "Thank you for your time." What? Do you mean a text box, sir? A text box popped up? Because this is the second paragraph, everyone. Thank you for your time. The package will arrive in 3 to 5 business days. Alex waited as the days flew by, and the day finally came. He ran out the door for the mail, picked up his package. When he ran out, oh god, you guys are gonna hate me and hate this, but you know my rule. When he ran inside, he yelled, "It's here! It's finally here!" I am so sorry. He ran up to his room. I was so excited he didn't know what he'd do. His brother Bill asked him what was in the mail, and Alex replied, "A GameCube. I got it for free online." I just realized all my kids in these stories all sound the same coming from me. "Sweet. Can I play it with you?" Bill asked. "Sure," Alex replied. Oh my god, he did better than the last guy who would keep saying asked and said. And they ran downstairs to plug in the GameCube, not caring if there was any games in the box. No. After they got it hooked up and everything, Bill asked what... Wait, 1 sec. After they got it hooked up and everything... Oh, okay. This is where punctuation comes in handy, kid. You don't add commas. Simon doesn't know what the fuck you're saying. After they got it hooked up and everything, Bill asked what games it came with. Alex forgot and ran upstairs yelling back, "Hang on, let me check." Thank you for not using all caps. When he got to his room, all that was left in the box was a memory card. He was confused as it said it was coming with 5 popular GameCube titles. Alex went downstairs in disappointment. Bill asked, "Well, what games did it come with?" "None, but there is this memory card," Alex replied. "What's on the memory card?" Bill asked. "Let's find out," Alex replied. That's my depressed voice, in case you missed. Quickly putting the memory card in and turning on the GameCube. Instead of booting up like it normally did, back in the past, it booted up with the GameCube logo backwards, and the startup system music backwards. Oh, goody. Now I lost my spot. Oh, there it is. He thought it was kind of strange, but paid it no attention. No. I see what you mean. Of course not. How's that any different from any other time it's ever run? Ever? No. That makes sense. Your story makes sense. Okay, here it is. You checked the memory card, and there were 5 save files, but something was strange about each one. The first save file was a save file from Sonic Adventure, but renamed Bill Adventure, and had Bill's face as an icon. The second save file was a save file from Sonic Adventure 2, but renamed Jesse Adventure 2, and had Alex's mom's face as the icon. Okay. Third save file was from Super Mario Sunshine, but renamed Super Bob Bloodshine. Where do I keep my good liquor? I don't have any good liquor. This is going to be torture. And had Alex's dad's face as the icon. Fourth save file was from Super Smash Bros. Melee, but renamed Alex Melee, and had Alex's face as the icon. The final save file was from Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, but renamed Zelda the Bloody Waker, with Darkling's face as the icon. I don't think I could do this, guys. Fuck it. Alex and Bill were both surprised at what they saw on the memory card, and decided that they were just pranks trying to scare them. No, never mind. Fuck this. I can't do this. I'm sorry. I can't do this. YouTube channel with that creepy pauses that are bad. Where was I? Here we go. So they decided to go to the store and buy the 2 games that had the names of their save file. Bill got Sonic Adventure DX. Then why wasn't it called Bill Adventure DX? And Alex got Super Smash Bros. Melee. They were lucky since most GameStops didn't sell them anymore. After they got home, they popped Sonic Adventure into the system, but the strange thing about it was that instead of saying Sonic Adventure DX on the screen, it read out Bill Adventure. Goody! Loving the story, guys. So good. Class A material, by far. Since it was about Bill, he got to play it first. At least it's teaching good lessons about sharing, kids. Learn to share your games. He began playing, and instead of Sonic appearing, it was him. He couldn't believe it. It was actually him. And who was playing the game? We will never know as the audience. He'd do all of Sonic's moves, but looked weird when he was doing the spin dash and homing attack. He reached the first boss, Chaos Zero, but instead dropping from the sky was their mom. And when the text showed up on screen, Jessie appeared instead of Chaos Zero. Doesn't Jessie have her own game to be in? Jessie Adventure 2 or whatever the fuck? After he beat the boss, the cutscene played, but except instead, running at its finest, ladies and gentlemen. Except instead of Jessie jumping into the sewer, it showed Billy actually killing his mom. The camera zooms out, and on what used to be Robotnik Eggman showing Bob their dad saying, "I've got to get out of here," and running off. After the screen faded, a text box showed up on screen saying Bob is next. Bill quickly turned the game off. Congratulations, Bill. Good on you for thinking. Okay. What was that about? Alex asked. I don't know, Alex. Maybe Bill has a reverse Oedipus complex and wants to kill his mother and fuck your father. Maybe that's it, Alex. I'm sorry, you guys. This is seriously how I am when I first read these things. I get really pissy and drunk, tired feeling. And it just makes me say, whatever. I don't know. Let's play Super Smash Bros. Melee, Bill said, 'cause that can't possibly go wrong. You can't see my big grin, and you wouldn't anyway, 'cause I usually wear a morph suit. Okay, Alex said, opening Super Smash Bros. Melee case. When I started to play, it ran as normal as could be, but all of a sudden it changed. The title read, Alex, Melee. They then knew something was up about the GameCube, but they didn't bother. Wait, they then knew something was up about the GameCube, but they didn't bother. They didn't bother what? They didn't bother what? Let's just finish this. It's a short one, thank you, God. They wanted to see how it was, so they played anyways. Because that worked fantastically the first time. When Bill pressed start to join, it automatically made his character Bill. They were both surprised the system knew who they were. So they began to play, but the really strange thing was that the enemies were all the things he hated. He thought it was cool that he could beat up everything he hated, but what really confused him was when they got to the first boss. Text appeared on screen saying, you see, that works. The main reason I was so pissed before is because it said, a text. That doesn't work. Saying text appeared? Yes. A text, finish it. A text box, a text message, something. Had to explain the pissiness there. I'm sure that confused a few people. Text appeared on screen saying, oh no, he found me, showing that the boss was her dad, referring from Bill Adventure. Why is Bill still playing? How come Alex isn't playing Alex Melee? Huh? Why did Bill suddenly become the protagonist here? What's happening in this story? After they beat the boss, it ended with Bill violently ripping his dad's head off and throwing it at the screen with a horrible high-pitched scream. Well, that doesn't sound rated E10+ at all. It was so loud, it made glass burst, and the power went out. The TV turned on with text on the screen. You did it. You beat the game. Good for fucking you. Last part was me. What game? Bill shouted, and the text on screen replied, you'll find out soon. Oh, you'll soon find out. I don't really care anymore. I really, really don't. A horrible scream came from the TV, and power came back on. It was nighttime, magically. I'm off to bed. You should be too. Are we not going to talk about that, you guys? Are we really, really not going to talk about what just happened? Are you really going to ignore this? Calm yourself. You have one paragraph. You can do this. Alex shook his head in agreement. That's called nodding. It's called nodding! Wow, I'm just realizing how pissy I am when I first read these things. I'm usually much calmer and more toned down when I've, read it for myself a couple times, but I'm bad. Jeez, this has taught me nothing, and I'm not done. I'm just noticing this. When they got up the next morning, the car was in the front yard, meaning that Mom and Dad was home. Mom and Dad were home. Were. Nitpicky fucker. They ran downstairs, but instead of a nice hello, it was a sad goodbye. In front of them were the remains of their parents. Jesse's back all broken up and face smashed up, and Bob's head on the table. It was a bloody mess. On the TV screen with text read out, "Thank you for playing." From that on, neither Alex or Bill spoke of it, and never again would they play that GameCube, or anything else ever again, because they would live in foster families for the rest of their lives. But plus, who knows, probably the mental hospital shortly after. The end. What? You're still here? You really need me to give you my "why was this bad" pitch? Do you really? Well, I suppose this story was rather short. I should fill up some time in some way. What was wrong with this? Other than the short answer of everything. Let's just break it down with some basic thinking, yes? First, the cliché of finding it on eBay. It's old, and such a cliché it's as bad as a banana peel in a comedy sketch. Yeah, that's right, I said it. It's become that bad. That's not even the only thing that bothers me. It's not even the biggest thing that bothered me with this. Firstly, they played 2 games. Just the Bill Adventure and Alex Melee. But what about the other games? Why were they even there? Granted, I was not looking forward to reading all 5 games when I first saw the titles, and was thrilled to see it looked like it wasn't going to come to that. But as great as it was, I don't see why they were even there then. And even Zelda the Bloody Waker, what the fuck even was that? Why was it even necessarily there like the other 2? Maybe, those other 2 were kind of there to show the game knew the whole family, I guess, but why was the Bloody Waker even there? Was Dark Link the villain? Was the writer OCD and needed to have 5 games? Why the hell was it even there? None of it made sense. And one thing that really bugged me, and still does, is why is it called Alex Melee if Alex wasn't even that prominent in the story? He bought the console, but that was it. Bill then did everything from there on. So why not call it Bill Adventure instead, or hell, Bloody Waker, if you're going to include it at all? Just none of it made sense. None of it lined up. If I wasn't a critic looking for shit to be mad at, which there was a lot, I would have probably laughed at the poor thing. But what else can I say? The story is pretty self-explanatory. Again, Twilight Sparkle Fan 56, thank you for the suggestion. It was a pretty good suggestion considering what it was for. And as for Alex Melee, I believe it has earned its own entire wing in the Hall of Storytelling infamy. Now, as always, thank you everyone for watching my video, and I hope you enjoyed it. More than I enjoyed reading the actual story, at the very least. If you're looking for more making fun of bad material, but want some right now, and not whenever it takes for me to finish my next video, I'm going to leave you a special little link in the description below, which will take you to my good friend, Professor of the Cinema, William J. Arbuckle, and his review of The Wicker Man, starring Nicolas Cage. Trust me, his videos are not only hilarious, but are also 10 times better in quality than mine. If you have your own suggestions for a bad story for me to read, please leave them in the comments below. Who knows? It may very well be the next story I read. Remember, the worse they are for me, the better they'll be for you. I'll see you all real soon.